So proudly we hailed at the
Travis was killed in Iraq in 2007 while saving the lives of his fellow Marines. Before his final deployment, he said, quote, "If not me, then who?" That just gives me chills. How has that mantra defined your purpose?
Really, for us as a family, after Travis was killed, we took those 5 words that he spoke before leaving for that deployment to Iraq, and we used them to fuel us to continue his legacy. You know, it's important for us as Americans to understand the service and the sacrifice of these men and women who have given their all. And so we committed that day that his life was lost to make sure that his legacy and the legacy of all of these men and women continued on.
Does that star-spangled banner yet
On behalf of Travis Manion Foundation, I want to thank you all for coming out and to help us remember those that we lost on September 11th, 2001, and those that have served and sacrificed since. We made a promise as a country to never forget 22 years ago when our country was attacked, when we lost almost 3,000 lives that day, and to never forget the police and the firefighters who rushed into the building that day when we needed them the most. And those same police and firefighters are out there still keeping us safe. And to all the military who responded and served since our country was attacked overseas and still are out there today keeping us safe. One of those men was Travis Manion. Before Travis left for his second one to his final deployment, he said the 5 words, "If not me, then who?" That was his ethos, and that's the ethos of Travis Manion Foundation. And what those 5 words mean is that we put other people's interests in front of our own, that we live a life to serve others. On April 29th, 2007, Travis was in Iraq and his team was pinned down, and he had his men were in need. Travis rushed out there to defend them, to pull them to safety. And in doing so, Travis lost his own life. And much like the police and firefighters who rushed into the Twin Towers when people needed them, that's how Travis reacted, and that's how so many of our service members react when we need them. They rush towards danger. And it's important that we remember that we remember all those lost on September 11th, and that we remember those people that are out there every single day keeping us safe, and those that pay the ultimate sacrifice, and to their families. We thank you for all of what you do. I hope that you all recognize that you are now part of this mission. You are now part of this "if not me, then who" ethos to serve others. We thank you for being here today to help us commemorate this day, and we hope that you continue to serve alongside of us, to continue to live "if not me, then who." Go to our website, travismanion.org. You're going to have the next opportunity around Veterans Day to come out and serve alongside of us and continue to put those 5 words into action. "If not me, then who." Thank you so much.
Mr. Lou Gicardo, who's a survivor of the 9/11 attacks in the South Tower.
Usually I have a suit and tie, but today decided to run this race. It's a little emotional this time of year for me, as you can imagine. I was there that day in the 7th floor of the 2nd tower when everything happened. I want to thank the 9/11 Heroes Run, Travis Manion Foundation, and the Camden County Hero Scholarship Fund for allowing me here to speak today. It's very important for me, and the key words today were never forget. I try my best every year to get out to schools and different groups to not only tell my story, but what happened today, because so many things happened today that we came together as a nation that people don't realize. It's been 22 years, I still can't believe at times it really happened. Our country was thrust in the world of terrorism, and I heard these fateful words that day from one of my coworkers, "Oh my God, what was that?" My life was spared by a few times, but only 10 minutes before we cleared off the floor before the first plane struck. And put that in perspective, right across the hall from us, they lost 24 out of 25 people. I know this because I spoke to the one survivor within that first year. While in the stairwell, I remember seeing a young man upset, and he stated, "I saw people jumping." I couldn't believe what was happening. And I was approaching the landing between the 50th and 55th floor stairwell. I heard a loud roar, As I looked up, loud thunderous sound happened. It was so violent, it threw me to a wall. I looked over my shoulder, I looked up on the stairwell, I saw people holding the stairwell, the railings, so they wouldn't fall, keep their balance. And then there was silence. It's like, what was that? Did World Trade Center 1 set off something, World Trade Center 2? Then I heard a rumbling noise. I thought the building was coming down on us, and I knew we couldn't get out. That was the one point I thought I was gonna die. The only thing I could do was fold my hands, bow my head, and close my eyes. And I said to myself, Shane, it's my youngest son, his birthday was the next day. Tell your mother and your brother Louie, I'm sorry, could not make it out for your birthday. I'm sorry, son. Then as it got closer, my shirt was rumbling, then went through us. We were alive. It was vibrations from the impact from the plane that hit the building. But people started panicking, and I got thrown to the wall again. And I had two choices. Do I follow them and panic and yell and scream, or I just reacted. I pushed people off me and said, we gotta stay calm. If we don't, we'll die in the stairwell. I remember a woman's face was right next to me. She said, yes, we gotta stay calm, we gotta stay calm. I've been asked over the years, how are we able to stay calm in such a situation like that? I always thought it was because being in sports, being captain of my teams, the calmness of my mom's side of the family. And then it hit me about 13 years later. I was watching a movie and saw this mother screaming, praying for her son, and it hit me. There was my mom that day praying for me to get out of there. As I made my way out, I started to walk to the South Tower. Then an officer came out of nowhere and said, hey, you can't get out, you have to get out of here. You can't stay around here. I said, okay, got the MPs down here. He goes, yes, just go to the water. I remember looking back on that day, that was my guardian angel, because if I went down to the South Tower, I would saw carnage on the ground. I would saw people jumping, and I would have been caught behind the dust that so many people are suffering from today. Sorry about this, we're sticking together here. About 3 blocks away, the first tower fell. I was about 25 minutes before I was in that building. When I made my way home, I got to the Hamilton train station, and I always go to the left. That day, I got deterred and I went to the right, and the first person I saw was my mom. Go figure, right? Sorry about this. So when I saw her standing there, I said, hey, old lady, you looking for me? She turned around, just came up to me as calm as she could be, just hugged me. I know my feet left the ground. I said, where's Dad? She said, he's in the bathroom. I asked your clothes, and I had to change my clothes that day. So I went in there and saw some other people. I said, same thing, old man, you looking for me? He turned around, we just hugged each other, just broke down and cried. I made my way home. As I turned onto Virginia Avenue, Haddon Township. There's balloons already. My sisters, I have 5 sisters. Yes, you should feel bad for me. There's 1 bathroom growing up. I got out, and the first, I had 2 boys, 2 and 4, and I hugged them. It was like hugging them for the first time again. Hugged my wife, and then my sisters. The last one said we're still 6. It's an incredible day. But I wanted to be known other events took place that day. Something called a 9/11 boat rescue. A lot of people still don't know that happened that day. 500,000 people were on the shoreline wanting to go home, and they had no way getting out. Coast Guard did a Mayday call for boats just to come. Boats of all sizes, bass boats, charter boats came, hundreds of people came to clear them off. They cleared off about 500,000 plus people in about 9 hours. In put in perspective, Dunkirk in the World War, it took them over 2 or 3 days to clear over 250,000 people, and that was planned. Incredible how people came together. The survivor tree, the last living thing, pulled out of the debris. Incredible, that tree, twice it was uprooted while one guy was trying to bring it back to life and still lived. It's in the memorial to this day, standing. Most importantly, the first responders. The bravery that was exhibited that day, men and women alike, was unmatched. As it was stated here, as we ran to our families, they ran from their families to come and help us. I remember coming down the escalators from the 2nd floor to the 1st floor. I saw 1 fireman going up there. I remember saying to myself, what's he going to do up there? If you've never been on the towers, they were immense floors, and still not knowing what's going up there. A couple incredible stories. There were 6 FDNY coming down, and they found a woman on 24th sitting on the stairwell. and they stopped to help her, of course, and she said, no, go ahead, I'll be okay. But no, they got her down to the 4th floor, and the building started to fall. They fell around them, and they all survived. And then another incredible story was a chief and his 5 firemen were at the base of one of the towers, and one of his guys said, you know, Chief, we may not get out of here. He goes, I know, but you have a job to do. And they walked in there. Unbelievable. More than 400 first responders died that day, the most 343 from the fire department. Since then, over 4,300 people, survivors and first responders, have lost their lives since then. I ask you to keep them in their prayers and your thoughts as you go about your daily lives. There is a memorial up there called the 9/11 Memorial Glade. In the aftermath of 2001 terrorist attacks, tens of thousands of men and women from across the nation and around the world responded, facing a mountainous landscape of mangled and jagged steel at ground zero, and despite fires that burned for 100 days, rescuers, recovered workers toiled night and day for 9 months. What began as a rescue operation turned into a grim work of recovering those who've been killed. Workers also had to remove nearly 2 million tons of debris through sheer determination that paved the way for rebuilding. The sacrifice would be met. And if I just take a little more time to read what's on those glades for the first responders here. The Memorial Glade is dedicated to those whose actions in our time of need led to the injury, sickness, and death of responders and recovery workers, survivors, community members suffering long after September 11, 2001. Exposure to hazardous and toxins that hung heavy in the air, here and beyond this site known as Ground Zero, and at the Pentagon and near Shanksville, Pennsylvania, in the aftermath of the terrorist attacks. Here we honor the tens of thousands from across America and around the world who came to help and to heal, whose selflessness and resolve, perseverance and courage renewed the spirit of the grieving city and nation, gave hope to the nation, and inspired the world. So please keep them in your prayers. And also to the military, still, if you don't know, still fighting the war against terrorism. Keep them in your prayers as well.
As a Camden County Commissioner, on behalf of my fellow commissioners, welcome and thank you so much for participating in the run this morning and supporting this wonderful cause. Fallen. I have been blessed in life to be the mother of 3 extraordinary sons. My oldest son, Jeremy, taught me how to be a mother with his birth 36 years ago. On January 23, 2010, Jeremy was killed in Afghanistan while heroically saving the lives of his fellow Marines. In death, Jeremy taught me how to be his mother without his physical presence and how to continue to live my life to the fullest while honoring and remembering him. 18 months before Jeremy was killed in Afghanistan, my husband died of cancer. At my husband's funeral, Jeremy eulogized his father with the following words: "Death ends a life, not a relationship." Therefore, every one of us still has an obligation to honor his wishes and to justify his life by doing what he would have wanted. For us to live well, to be safe, to do the right thing when no one is looking, and to be dedicated to our families. Jeremy concluded with, "While we may not have my father anymore, we will always have what he gave to us. Use it to live your lives to the fullest, and you'll be finishing my dad's work." This morning we are gathered to finish the work of those whose lives have been cut short in the past 2 decades since September 11th. We are helping to finish the work of Travis Manion, Jeremy Kane, and thousands of others. We say their names and live our lives to the fullest to honor and remember them. We cannot change what happened to our nation 22 years ago, but what we can do is turn the pain of that day into purpose and passion. We can continue to keep the memories of that fateful day that rocked our nation alive, not just to remember what and who we lost, but to be reminded of the fragility of life and who we became as a nation on September 12th.
The top males, I'll go in the order of the bronze. Males of the 9/11 Heroes Run 5K. I don't have the times for everybody, but Ryan Arroa is our 3rd place. Clifford Gilmore, 2nd place. And our winner in a time of 19 minutes and 23 seconds, Colton Angeletto. Congratulations, everyone. Yes. Please come up over here on the left. The steps up over here. Or there are volunteers over here that will give you a award right by there. Right by the back of the truck, yes. And now the females. In third place, Noelle Marini. Second place, Ashlyn Papa. And with the time of 22 minutes and 11 seconds, the winner is Kehala Zell from Cinnaminson, New Jersey. And now we have the, I don't remember this guy, this is a tough category. The male and female winners of the 5K ruck. You saw people wearing something when running. And that is Ryan Arilla from Laurel Springs, New Jersey with the time of 19 minutes, 48 seconds. Congratulations to Ryan. And the female side, Lauren Truckus from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania with a time of 29:14. Congratulations to both. Please come up and get your rewards. All right, now the various age groups. In our 16 and under, and I saw a couple of people I thought under 16 that were among the first 20 or so people here. In third place, Theodoro Diorio, time of 23:43. Second, Tommy O'Connor from Moorestown, 22:06. And the winner, Michael Nelson, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, 19:53. That's 16 and under. In the female group, 16 and under, Ashlyn Papa from Haddonfield is our winner, 24:03. Runner-up, Maya Waldeby from Blackwood. And in third place, Haley Perez Martin, 27:02. In the male, 17 to 27. Third place, Dylan Applegate from Stratford. Second, John Iconelli from Absecon. And the winner in the 17 to 27 male, Clifford Gilmore from Mount Ephraim with a time of 19:36. All right, female group now, 17 to 27. In third place, Kara Humphreys. Runner-up, Riley Gorman in Haddon Township. And the winner, Kaylee Corniglia with a time of 29:06. Male runners, 28 to 34. Third place, Adam Slutmower from Cherry Hill with a time of 24:56. Second place, Kevin Hannon. And the winner, Abai Ramesh from Philadelphia with a time of 22:50. Female, age 28 to 34. The winner, Justina Caburn, time of 25:27. Second place, Crystal Buck. Third place, Jennifer Aurelia. All right, now we have the male group 35 to 39. The winner, Stephen Diorio from Voorhees. Second place, Emil Pitkin from Philadelphia. Third place, Jim Mahadi from Haddonfield. Females, 35 through 39. The winner, Bailey Doherty from Morristown with a time of 28:46. Second place, Ashley Engel from Cinnaminson. And third, Alicia Jones from Collinsville. All right, the male age group now 40 to 50. First place, Eric Hernandez from Lawnside, 22-14. Second place, Josh Waldeby from Blackwoods. Third place, Scott Warren from Mount Holly. Female age group, 40 to 50. First place, Noelle Marini from Lumberton. Second place, Jamie Morris from Woodbury Heights. And third place, Monica Miller from Morristown. All right, moving up now to the male group, age 51 to 55. In third place, Lou Grasmick III from Blackwood. Second place, Kenneth Smith, Glendora. And third place, Shanor A. Ba from Mount Laurel with a time of 21:50. The females, age 51 to 55. Third place, Joy Marshall. Second, Rosemary DeGregorio. And first place, Marcel Steiner from Philadelphia. All right, next up, the male group, 56 to 65. First place, Stan Cooper with a time of 24:06. Second place, Louis Giacardo. And third place, Michael Perrone from Pensacola. Female group now, 56 to 65. First place, Jean Mulroney. Second place, Carol Morgan. Coming to our final categories now, males age 66 and over. In third place, Thomas Pagano. In second place, Brian Kabanetsik from Philadelphia. And one of our listeners in first place with a time of 25:17, Nikki Petrus. Females, 66 and over. Second place, Diana Papadin from Williamstown. Second place, Jennifer Storer from Sicklersville with a time of 42:59. I think there's one more now. Okay, one more winner. Okay. These are the male winners of the 5K ruck. In third place, John Zell from Cinnametson. In second, Rudy Rinier from Pine Beach. And Glenn Tobin from Philadelphia, the overall winner with a time of 23:40. And the female winners, Megan Harper in third, Janae Brown from Winona in second, and Tracy Ringier from Pine Beach with a time of 30:32 is the overall winner. Congratulations to everyone. Great field today, great time. One more sheet. We have teams now. Okay. All right, the top teams of the 9/11 Heroes run. In third position, the Burlington Running Company Club with a time average of 3 people, Brian Marshall, Carol Morgan, and Joy Marshall, a time of 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 14 seconds. In second place, it's Bailey Doherty, Monica Miller, Christiana Stacy, and Kelly Laura with a time of 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 26 seconds. And the name of the team is 8057. And the overall winner, you don't want to have these cops on your tail. Maybe we should send them over to Chester County. The Autobahn PD, or the overall winners, my God, the times here are spectacular. One in 29:53, 30:26, 31:37, 31:58, 34 for a total. Wow, this is 5 runners. of 1 hour, 31 minutes, and 56 seconds. Riley Gorman, Danielle Frank, Nicholas Ferrara, Frank Primavera, and Candace Gorman. Congratulations to the Audubon PD. Thanks, everyone. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Dom. That concludes our ceremony for today. Last thing, I'd just like to give a heartfelt thank you to everyone who came out today, our runners, our volunteers. There were so many sponsors who came together to help put this event on. Camden County government, between the Board of Commissioners, Department of Veteran Affairs, Camden County Hero Scholarship Fund. Just thank you so much, everyone, for coming out and being a part today. We hope to have you back again next year. So thank you.